On hostage. Hostage.
Stop doing this.
Hostage.
Stop hostage. Hey everyone, this is Curb and I bring you another history match. Today we have the Nubatama deck once again on the right, and on the left we are going to be seeing a new deck for history, that of course being Nova Grapplers. So I guess I kind of do have to mention this. We did see something very common from early Vanguard, which is the inability to ride, being ride stuck. But of course Kagero is a super cool clan, and it has actually the ability to unride stick itself, as we are going to be seeing the Tar being ridden over by riding over the what's his face, Conroe, using Conroe's skill to counterblast one and retire itself to search out the all-important grade 1, so we are no longer ride stuck. But of course that's not going to stop me as I ride into my Tough Boy, calling the Battle Riser behind it, and then of course swinging at the Vanguard. Now this 5k of course is not actually going to connect because it is not going to be enough to attack into my Tough Boy. And you can see in my hand I do actually have, I believe that's at least, yep, 2 copies of Brutal Jack, who is completely useless since I have 0 CB because I have been CB denied unintentionally. So I'm going to try and put it on the pressure, but unfortunately the only other grade 2 in my hand is another Brutal Jack who would not be able to attack because of his restraint. I'm going to be guarding for a 1 to pass here thanks to King of Swords 10k base and at the 5k Vanguard. Not actually going to be hitting it, so we are just going to be starting with the 2 damage. But of course riding into the grade 1 is still, you know, you're really far behind in this instance as we swing actually at the rear guard, kind of just continuing the damage denial unintentionally. But we do see a draw trigger there, so the Kira is actually going to be going down. I just kind of felt there was no reason, and you saw myself draw into a second copy of Kira there. Unfortunately the only grade 3 I have is the Mr. Invincible, so going to be riding into it. Unfortunately not going to be able to countercharge because obviously I have no damage whatsoever. I'm going to be instead using the Shout skill to discard the other useless Brutal Jack in my hand. Of course you do also see the Lion Heat in my hand, which is a card that needs CB, and guess who has 0 CB still. I'm going to be swinging the Kirara, going to be blocked by that draw trigger that we saw, swinging the Mr. Invincible. We can put a 10k down there for 2 to pass, hitting into Asura Kaiser and another Asura Kaiser, which is very cool because that means I get it right into an 11k base next turn if I wish. But at the same time I am slowly running out of grade 3s, so that Asura Kaiser might not be as powerful as it should be, I suppose. Running into the Chigasumi there, having a non-Kagero Vanguard is very funny, and because he does actually have more cards in his hand at this moment, it is actually giving an 11k. Swing at the rear guard, continuing to damage deny me, so I'm just gonna say F it, let's ride into the Asura Kaiser. Maybe I can get some restands off of grade 3s and, you know, actually start doing multi-attacking. Which is, you know, Nova Grappler's specialty. As far as Nova Grapplers go in the meta, I think that they are half decent. I think they're mostly carried by the fact that they have an 11k Vanguard, which is pretty important in this instance, because making 15k numbers is pretty easy. Making 16k numbers is just a little bit harder. So, you know, just being able to do that is very, having that 16k base is very important. Anyways, we're seeing something really nasty going on here. We have the Goku Vanguard, but on both sides we have a Dreadmaster backed up by a Voidmaster, or Voidmaster backed up by a Dreadmaster, and then another Voidmaster on the other side. He's going to keep swinging at my rear guards, which is very annoying. So I kind of have to decide, am I going to get rid of the cards in my hand, because if that attack hits I have to discard, or am I going to just let him die and kind of, well, if I let him die I have to discard a card, or I can just, you know, guard with 1 card. So it's the difference between losing 1 card from hand and losing 2. So it's very, very annoying here, as I call a full board of grade 3s. And of course I am probably just going to I'm just gonna start swinging anyways. Swinging the Asura Kaiser, guarding that with the Tejas. Gonna be swinging the Vanguard, hoping to get a grade 3. But of course, we've seen a lot of grade 3s. But we see the Mr. Invincible there, so the Asura Kaiser is going to be able to stand. Hitting into another heal trigger. I think that's 3 heals out now, funnily enough. So I'm actually gonna start doing the smart thing and start attacking into those Voidmasters. Because Dreadmaster actually does have to boost a Nubatama in order to you know, actually proc its skill. But of course, that's not going to matter because the third Voidmaster is there, and I have 6 cards in hand as opposed to my opponent's, I believe that's 3. So if this attack hits, I'm going to have to discard 2 cards. I don't know why. I guess I just figured, let's let him do it. He's going to counterblast 2, and I'm going to be forced to discard 2 cards. Honestly, I probably should just discard it there in that instance. But I still have... I don't know what I'm thinking there, but it's entertainment value. Let's just say that. As I'm hitting into a stand trigger here, I kind of have to decide. It doesn't really make a huge difference. I decided to give it to my rear guard. That way it's easier to guard, and he's more tempted to attack into my Vanguard. He has more cards in hand now, so I don't have to worry about Voidmasters on hit. Because, you know, thanks to the drive check, he has just more cards. And I'm down to 4. Just because I had to discard 2 for the freaking Dreadmaster and Voidmaster line. So just going to be taking that because, you know, I've been playing this game with 0 CB. And very interestingly enough, I guess I can mention this now. My opponent was ride stuck for literally like 2 whole turns. And we're kind of in an instance where things are going pretty back and forth. As we see them no-guard the Vanguard. I guess they didn't have enough good stuff as I flip over Kit to end the game. And that is going to be the end of this very annoying match. But I hope you guys enjoyed this history match. Don't forget to do things, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.